Good evening and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Joshna Borua bringing to you the headlines first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi presents 12-point proposal for strengthening India-ASEAN cooperation, addresses 20th ASEAN-India Summit. Focus Northeast stall at G20 Summit to exhibit exceptional handicraft and handloom items from Northeast. State to bear education fees of displaced children, says Manipur Governor Anusuya Uike visits shelter homes. Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee organizes Bharat Joro Yatra and Bharat Joro Sammelan commemorates first anniversary. And in Kings Cup 2023 football tournament, India-Iraq men's semi-final underway. Attending the 20th ASEAN-India Summit in Jakarta, Prime Minister Narendra Modi presented a 12-point proposal for strengthening the India-ASEAN cooperation covering connectivity, digital transformation, trade and economic engagement, people-to-people contacts and deepening strategic engagement. Modi proposed for establishing multi-modal connectivity and economic corridor that links Southeast Asia, India, West Asia to Europe. He also offered to share India's digital public infrastructure stack with ASEAN partners. The Prime Minister further announced the ASEAN-India Fund for Digital Future, focusing on cooperation in digital transformation and financial connectivity and renewal of support to Economic and Research Institute of ASEAN and East Asia to act as knowledge partner for enhancing the engagement. Thereafter, Modi invited ASEAN countries to join the Global Center for Traditional Medicine, which is being established by WHO in India.
भारत और आसियान को जोड़ते हैं, साथ ही साझा वैल्यूज, क्षेत्रीय एकता, शांति, समृद्धि और मल्टीपोलर वर्ल्ड में साझा विश्वास भी हमें आपस में जोड़ता है। आसियान भारत की एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी का केंद्रीय स्तंभ है। भारत आसियान सेंट्रलिटी और इंडो पैसिफिक पर आसियान के आउटलुक का पूर्ण समर्थन करता है। भारत के इंडो पैसिफिक इनिशिएटिव में भी आसियान क्षेत्र का प्रमुख स्थान है। पिछले वर्ष हमने भारत आसियान फ्रेंडशिप ईयर मनाया और आपसी संबंधों को एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप का रूप दिया। योर मैजेस्टी, एक्सेलेंसीज, आज वैश्विक अनिश्चितताओं के माहौल में भी हर क्षेत्र में हमारे आपसी सहयोग में लगातार प्रगति हो रही है। यह हमारे संबंधों की ताकत और रेजिलियंस का प्रमाण है। इस वर्ष की आसियान समिट की थीम है आसियान मैटर्स, एपिसेंटर।
In another event, Prime Minister Modi attended the East Asia Summit. Modi said that productive discussions were held in the summit on enhancing closer cooperation in key areas to further human empowerment. Addressing the summit, Modi highlighted convergence on vision for Indo-Pacific between India and ASEAN and underscored that ASEAN is the focal point of Quad's vision. He called for strengthening multilateralism and ensuring a free, open and rule-based Indo-Pacific. The Prime Minister also called for collectively addressing global issues including terrorism, climate change, cybersecurity and challenges related to food, health and energy security. With India all set to host the climax of the 18th G20 Leaders Summit scheduled to begin on Saturday, World leaders have started arriving at the national capital to deliberate on a host of economic and developmental issues. The President of the United States of America, Joe Biden, is also scheduled to arrive in the city tomorrow. During the summit, several issues ranging from food and energy security to clean energy transition, climate change and the strengthening the capacity of multilateral development banks are likely to be advocated at length. Meanwhile, all preparations have been put in place in New Delhi to give a red carpet welcome to the global leaders and make the international summit a historic and successful one. On the sidelines of the G20 Summit to exhibit the exceptional handicraft and handloom items from the Northeast, a focused Northeast stall is being set up in coordination with the Northeastern Handicrafts and Handloom Development Corporation, where products from Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya and Nagaland will be showcased. Handloom products from Assam, including the unique Muga, will hold a prominent place at the exhibition. Loin loom products from Nagaland, Kauna craft from Manipur and cane and bamboo products from Meghalaya will also be showcased at the exhibition. Meanwhile, a crafts bazaar will further showcase handicraft products from different parts of India with a special focus on one district, one product, GI tagged items and products crafted by women and tribal artisans. In a positive development, Aditya L1, destined for the Sun-Earth L1 point, has sent images to the Earth of the Moon from space. Taking to their Twitter handle, ISRO further released a video of the special selfie. It may be mentioned that ISRO had successfully launched the Aditya L1 spacecraft, India's first solar exploration mission, on September 2nd. Aditya L1 took the selfie on September 4, 2 days after the launch. Manipur Governor Anusuya Uike visited the recently constructed prefabricated temporary shelter homes in Sajiwa Jail Complex, Imphal East yesterday. The governor, who is also the president of the Indian Red Cross Society Manipur branch, distributed relief materials including mosquito nets, kitchen sets, blankets and hygiene kits to the inmates. The governor further extended financial aids and eatables for all the 227 children staying in the shelter homes. She also inaugurated a water filter plant installed by UNICEF at the complex and inspected the shelter homes. Regarding education for the children, the governor informed that the state will bear the fees of those displaced students studying in government schools and appealed to the parents to send their children to school, as no child should be deprived of their education rights. In an update from the violence-hit state of Manipur, 18 illegal bunkers have been dismantled by security forces in Imphal East during search operations in the fringe and vulnerable areas of Imphal East, Kangpokpi and Kakching districts in the last 24 hours. According to a press statement by the Manipur Police Control Room issued yesterday late night, the situation in the state remained tense with sporadic incidents of firing and congregations of protesters in the last 24 hours. The statement also said security forces have timely intervened and dispersed a large crowd of protesters at Kawakta in Bishnupur district while trying to proceed towards Torbung area to remove security barricades yesterday. The statement further stated that a total of 131 checkpoints of both hill and valley districts were opened in different locations, while the police has detained over 1,600 persons in connection with violations of security restrictions. The Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee organized the Bharat Joro Yatra and a subsequent culmination into Bharat Joro Sammelan to commemorate the first anniversary of the historic Bharat Joro Yatra today. The members took out a peace rally in the heart of the state capital. President Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee S. Supongmeren Zamir in his address said that the peace walk conducted today is an exercise for spreading the words of support and encouragement by hearing the grievances of the public. He further added that the concept of Bharat Joro Yatra is leaving aside all status and positions while seeking the views of the grassroots people, interacting and knowing their problems in the society and projecting the same. Meanwhile, various representatives and office bearers from the party took the stage, highlighting the forthcoming programs and initiatives to be taken in the respective districts. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma held a meeting with Team T Hub at Hyderabad to discuss collaboration to foster an innovation startup ecosystem in Meghalaya yesterday. Taking to his Twitter handle, Sangma said that with the expertise and his government's commitment, the state will work out a model most feasible to that entrepreneurs and startups supported by the Prime program can be further guided to transform their entrepreneurial aspirations. He further added that he is looking forward to this exciting partnership. In football, the Indian men's team is taking on Iraq in the semi-finals of the Kings Cup 2023 tournament today. The two teams have drawn 2-2 till the last reports came in. Meanwhile, Thailand and Lebanon will play another semi-final match today. The winners of the semi-finals will face each other in the finals to be held on September. The Kings Cup is Thailand's annual international football tournament and has been running since 1968. In the US Open tennis, India's Rohan Bopanna and his Australian partner Matthew Ebden will face France's Nicolas Mahut and Pierre-Hugues Herbert in the men's doubles semi-finals today. The match will be played at 9:30 p.m. Indian time. Rohan Bopanna and Ebden defeated Nathaniel Lemons and Jackson Withrow 6-7, 6-1 in the quarterfinals of the men's doubles tournament in New York yesterday. In Meghalaya, the Directorate of Dairy Development yesterday handed over the milk transportation and testing vehicles under National Programme for Dairy Development to 18 dairy cooperative societies of the state at the Central Dairy Campus, Mavyong. Speaking on the occasion, Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Minister A.L. Heck acknowledged that dairy farming in the state is still in the developing stage, even as he encouraged the people to engage in dairy farming to boost the productivity of dairy products and to be self-sufficient. During the program, the minister further handed over the keys to the dairy cooperative societies and flagged off the vehicles from the venue.
This initiative, it cannot be ends only with the government. I told when we went touring to the Garo Hills district, I've been touring into all the farms of the government. I went to the poultry farm, I went to the goatry farm, the cattle farm, and all the farms. But there are very less productions. There's no production at all when we talk about the investment that the government.
In another story from the state, the Northeastern Hill University Students Union submitted a memorandum to Vice-Chancellor Prabha Shankar Shukla. The union alleged that the current grading practices in the university place students at a significant disadvantage compared to other universities. To address these concerns, NEH Students Union has put forward a set of demands, including the immediate implementation of a relative grading system. They call for the withholding of second semester results until the relative grading system is in place and urged a revision of previous semester results for the current batch in line with the new grading system. To end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi presents 12-point proposal for strengthening India-ASEAN cooperation, addresses 20th ASEAN-India Summit. Focused Northeast stall at G20 Summit to exhibit exceptional handicraft and handloom items from Northeast. State to bear education fees of displaced children, says Manipur Governor Anasuya Uike visits shelter homes. Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee organizes Bharat Joro Yatra and Bharat Joro Sammelan, commemorates first anniversary. And in Kings Cup 2023 football tournament, India-Iraq men's semi-final underway. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.